can I call you a higher belt to row? Guys, I just got this question here from one user, and very simple. He didn't put any other details. He just wrote like, can I call a higher belt to row? This was the question. And guys, I think I have made videos about this in the past, but anyways, the answer here is gonna be how I deal with this and how we deal with this on our school here in Massachusetts, the Bernardo Faria Academy. Guys, we don't have any problems with lower belts calling up higher belts to row. And in my opinion, it should never be an issue. You know, like, I think like, if you are the lower belt, you should just be careful how you call the higher belt to row, just to not look like that you're trying to test him or you're trying to, but I don't think it should be any issue for a lower belt to call a higher belt to row. If, for example, let's say I'm a purple belt and there's a purple belt over there, it's like, hey, can we row? Or even if the guy's black belt, hey professor, can I try and feel? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know that some schools and some higher belts, especially the old schools ones, sometimes they get mad, they get pissed, like, oh, this lower belt's calling me to row. I disagree from that. Like, I have no issues. Like, and many times as well, like, I have no problems on saying no. Like, sometimes I'm tired, or sometimes I'm a little sick, or sometimes I just don't feel like rolling. I'm just teaching the class, and if someone calls me to row, I just tell the person, I was like, oh, sorry, I'm not rolling today, but you go tomorrow. Or if I'm tired, like when I was a professional athlete, I wouldn't accept that. I would always row. But nowadays, I train jiu-jitsu as a hobby. So I just tell the person, hey, I'm pretty tired right now. Let me rest here. We go later. We go another day. I don't think there's any issue with that. So in my opinion, there are no problems on lower belts calling higher belts to row. And there's also no problem on saying no to when you don't want to row with someone. Like, just tell the person, hey, I don't want to row, and that's it. And I think we should have the freedom to invite everyone to row, and just be careful on how we invite. And we should also have the freedom to say no when you don't want to, And one thing that I don't like so much is that there are some people that they're kind of tricky, and they just call you to row when they notice that you are very tired. They wait you to go with that guy that you train very hard, and then they rest that round, and then they call you to row right after. I don't think this is very ethical, and many times when I see people doing that as well, I kind of tell them, I even tell them a little joking to make sure they don't get mad, but I was like, hey, make sure you train hard as well when you call that person to row, because it's not fair that you're going to rest this round and you're going to wait for him to get really tired to row with him, so I think like there is some common sense that we should all have. But in my opinion, and that's just my opinion, I have no issues whatsoever when someone calls me to row. Doesn't matter if that person is white, blue, purple, brown, or black belt. And if it's lighter, heavier, male, female, anybody can call me to row. And I also have no problems to say no to people when I don't want to row for any reason. I'm tired, a little sick, just not feeling like rolling today. And I'm gonna go with that person. I don't think there's any issue on that as well. And I think like most of the schools are like this. There are rounds, and after the round, you gotta pick someone quick. And I think like you don't have too much time to think and rationalize things, So again, I don't see any issue on that. And but it does require some common sense, as we just talked about. Like, don't wait for the person to be tired and you rest this round just to call that person. And also like, if you notice that you called that higher belt to row and he felt disrespectful, just don't call that person again. That's what I would do. Like, if I'm a purple belt and I call a brown belt to row and he felt really disrespectful, I would just not call him anymore to row, and I wait for him to call me, and I would call another person. So it requires some common sense. And I think like jiu-jitsu schools overall requires a lot of common sense, because we're literally like hugging each other for like 1 hour every single day, and you gotta be clean. You gotta trust that when the other person taps, when you tap, the person's gonna let you go, and when you tap the person, you're gonna let go. There's a lot of common sense that involves. It's a community, so we all gotta try to be nice to each other, be respectful to each other. And we also got to play the rules according with where we train. So I would if I were in your shoes, I would probably check that with the instructor. Hey, is it okay if I call a higher belt to row? And see what the instructor is gonna say, because at the end of the day, you train at that school and you gotta follow the rules of that school. But again, this is just my opinion. That's how we act on our school. We have no issues with anybody calling anybody to row. But be sure that when you do it, you are polite, you are respectful, and things like that. And I think you're gonna be fine, but again, check with your instructor as well. And guys, I hope that helps. I believe that there's a lot of beginners who are just starting jiu-jitsu today, and nobody told them if they can call a person to row or not, and this and that. And that's another thing as well. If you're just starting jiu-jitsu today, I wouldn't even advise you to row. I would say hey, just wait more. And on our school, for example, you can only start doing specific trainings after you get 2 stripes. And the specific trainings, not even the live row. So I think this is very helpful to make sure that you don't hurt people and you don't get hurt. But anyways, this is just my opinion. I hope that helped you guys. And guys, if you're in the beginning of your journey, or if you're looking to improve your fundamentals, my best-selling instructional video is the Foundations of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at IBJJFanatics.com. So make sure to check that out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Awesome. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
IBJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.